Hello, everyone. I come on live because I wanted to actually cover this. Apparently, after this podcast that Harry had made with this guy, this shepherd guy. There's been a lot of uproar about this, so I wanted to just look into this. These accusations that Harry is saying that it's like a generational thing that Prince Charles, his father, was brought him up, fathered him like his own father fathered him, which sometimes the exact words I don't remember, but I wanted to look at here, and I mean, I could actually look at this too, but because I get Charles, Charles wasn't treated too well by Prince Philip in a way that, um, you know, Prince Philip was sent to this boarding school because he didn't have a mother, he didn't have a father. And he was sent to this Gordonston school in Scotland. Um, why? Because maybe nobody else wanted to care for him, and he had to actually grow up really, really quickly. So, so Philip decided that he wanted to send Charles to this Gordonston school to get the same kind of strict, this same kind of strict upbringing to make him a man. And I feel we've heard all about this Gordonston school that Charles went to, where Philip was very athletic. He was, he didn't seem to anything to bother him. It toughened him up. So when Charles went to this Gordonston school, Philip asked them to treat him with no airs or graces, just treat him the same and be tough on him. So where Philip had thrived at that school, Charles was absolutely miserable. He felt bullied. He later referred to his years at Gordonston as a prison sentence, calling the school Colditz in kilts. Okay. So is this a generational curse, really? Is Harry actually being truthful about this? That Prince Philip, because he didn't have any parents, was tough on Charles, and Charles ended up being very kind of sensitive. That now Prince Charles actually when Harry was growing up, actually Prince Charles projected all his father did to him onto Harry. So I want to look into this. Is Harry right here? Because I get that Harry. Let's have a look at Harry first, because I get Harry. It feels like Harry actually hates his father. This is how this is coming across to actually say this. So I get the Queen of Cups. Harry had a really beautiful, loving mother, okay, Diana. And the differences here is that Charles did not have this loving, affectionate mother. He didn't, and also Philip did not have this loving, affectionate mother like Diana. I also get with Diana that maybe Charles and Philip said that she's too soft on Harry, and wraps him up in cotton wool, and she should actually be tough on him. So what Harry experienced here was the the unconditional love of his mother, Diana, and the withdrawal of affection and love from Prince Charles. So there was an absolute contrast here. Again, Princess Diana had some generational upbringings too, where she didn't receive the love from her family. So she was projecting that onto her sons, which she was giving double the amount of love. In contrast, I feel that Charles was not showing Harry the love and trying to be quite tough on him. So Harry would have seen this contrast, and this is like a push-pull kind of situation here, a pull towards Diana with her affection, and a push away from Charles because of his kind of the way that Harry is explaining this. He feels that a lot of his coldness comes from the way that Charles was brought up, and that he kind of deflected that onto, and I get here heartbreak. Again, there's like heartbreak here. There's also this wanting to, mend these old wounds from the past here with Harry. It's like wanting to, try to get this peace restored by digging deep in these wounds that, what are the reasons? Why are these wounds here in the first place? Let's dig deep here. Let's look into the psychology of this. Let's look at this generational curse here. Let's look at who's at fault here. Let's look at this. Who is at fault for this? Me having these mental health issues. So who is at fault? I feel he's had therapy and he's realised that a lot of the fault comes from the way that he was brought up. And again, he got absolutely lots of love from his mother. His mother is coming through here, definitely. Diana gave him such an amount of love and affection, and she was a very kind of upstanding lady. I feel that Princess Diana, I also get Meghan here feels an affinity to Diana, and she's advising Harry to speak up about his upbringing, and about Diana, the way she was treated, and how cold his father was, trying to really drag out some scandal here. Okay. So looking at this, there was two kind of polar opposites here. There was his mother, which he dearly misses. He loved his mom. And, that love and that affection that he got from his mother and he didn't get from any of the rest of the royal family was cut off from Harry. And then after she left, he had to put up with the upbringing that his father had decided, and Philip had decided for Harry and William, which was quite tough. So he went from this wrapped in cotton wool, being very loved and cuddled, to actually this coldness when actually there was a block on affection here. As soon as she died, after the funeral, there was a block on affection and really good kind of parenting. And this is where this comes from, is this tower. And what Harry is saying is, you have to think about your own children's mental health when you are parenting your children. And what the root of this is being cut off from this beautiful love that his mother had for Harry. And he was really affected by this. And I feel that Harry is voicing this and he's getting the word out there because he wants to change the mold. He wants to change the mold and actually stop this generational curse with, the generational curse stops with Harry. And he, this is why he is erupting now with the tower, because I feel that he knows as you get older, you realize the gaps that happened in your childhood. And he's spilling all this out here and saying, to his father, and usually if you've been a bad father, it comes when you're in your 70s, 80s, 90s that you realize your kids were extremely unhappy as children, and this was their fault. So he's blaming Prince Charles for his mental health, basically, and he wants to stop this. He wants to break the mold, but he also wants the money too. So he's getting paid for actually telling these stories about his upbringing, but he's on a journey of his own. This is how he feels. He feels like, I'm on a journey and I'm on a healing journey, and I want to break the mold here of this generational curse, and I want to, but he still wants to sit on the fence and get the privileges of the royal family. Okay. Now, you could say that, okay, you was brought up by someone who wanted to project how they were brought up by their own strict father onto them. And kind of, it's like, it's not really, instead of being opposite to, well, I'm going to be opposite and I'm going to really listen to you, be sensitive to your needs, be sensitive to your emotions. Instead of being totally opposite to the way Philip brought Charles up, I feel that there is a weakness in Charles where he's seen his own sons growing, and there's been a little bit of an envy of like, why should you get an upbringing that I didn't get, and I feel there's a jealousy too of the way that Princess Diana showed her love to William and Harry, because Charles just did not have that in him, and he didn't. I don't even feel he knew what love is. Did Charles? So I don't feel he was shown that much love by his parents. So I don't know what your whether you agree with what Harry has said on this podcast, that the way his father brought him up was was like his own father brought him up. Why didn't he say without affection and quite cold, instead of just saying that without understanding about emotions and being emotionally intelligent? I mean, if he'd explain that, then we may understand, if he talked about emotional intelligence. But back in that day, you're talking about this 1960s, I don't feel there was that much emotional intelligence around and psychology. It's only the last the last 10 to 20 years that we're learning about how that we get treated in childhood affects our adult lives, and this generational curse of passing on the way that they were brought up to actually pass it on to the next generation. I feel this generation, which I'm glad because this is what I do on my channel, is try to stop these break the mold of abuse, and break up the mold of the way people pass things on from generation to generation. I'm all for this. I think it's a great thing to understand. So what I wanted to look at here is, was actually Harry right to say this and bring this out in the open? If Harry has suffered mental health issues because, you know, suddenly his mother was taken from him, that love, that affection, that unconditional love, and then he got nothing, that it affected his mental health, then I guess that Harry has a right to say something here. You know, Father, you ruined my life, you know, and and he has a right to voice this. If his father is not listening to him and not answering his calls, then, you know, I feel this is a way, like a movement of saying to the world, you know, we must be careful not to carry on generational kind of abuses from one generation to the next, and be mindful of people's mental health. So let's have a look at let's have a look at Charles. Okay, did he carry on these abuses of actually being stone cold? The royal family have got a reputation of being very kind of cold, very standoffish, do not show emotions, and looking at Prince Philip with not having parents, and being thrown into that boarding school, and actually being you know, absolutely so tough as nails, and not being able to show emotion, then, you know, did Charles's upbringing, did he take this out of Harry? Did he project this onto Harry unconsciously? Unconsciously, did Charles project these abuses, because it is abuse, it's like an emotional abuse? Did he project this emotional abuse onto Harry? Let's have a look here. Wow, I get the toxic card, and I don't get me wrong, I'm not having a go at the royal family. I think a lot of families have got this. A lot of families try to explain to their parents, no, that's wrong. You know, you shouldn't say it like this. You should listen to people's opinions. You should allow people to express themselves. You should allow people to have their own individual thought. You know, it's only kind of coming to light now, all of this. So we have the toxic devil card here. I feel, in a way, I feel that Harry wants to break this curse, this generational curse, which is the stiff upper lip, being very cold, not showing emotion, and all of this kind of thing. And because all this brings is this toxic energy, is actual repression, repressing your emotions. Okay, and that repressing emotions can actually come out as anger, can come out as depression, can come out as unhappiness, can come out as manipulation. So I get here that breaking free from this toxic curse. I feel this is what Harry is saying. He's saying that his father didn't do this. And Harry is saying that he just passed on the way that Charles was brought up onto his sons. So I feel that William and Harry have made a pact to say, we are going to show and express emotion and encourage to express emotion with their own children. All thanks to Diana, okay? All thanks to Diana. Because I feel that Diana was told that she was wrong for showing emotion. and I get justice. So what this is saying is, I asked the question, did Charles pass this on generationally to his own son? And this is saying yes, yes. We get the devil card in reverse, which is a curse. It's toxic. And I also get the justice card. So what happened to Charles will happen to his own sons, and just passing it down. It's like abuse. When you say, that somebody has been abused. I'm not going to mention the word here because it'll get banned. Okay, but say in an horrific way, somebody experienced this kind of that was invasive of their body, that because they've actually experienced that, they're likely to do that to their own children, because it's normalized. Not everyone does this. Some people break the mold, and that's what Harry's saying he's doing here. But I get as in terms of Charles, he's not. He's just passed this on to his children, and because there's like this normality feeling towards this. Now I feel that Charles will be very angry about this, and he will defend himself here, because he's preparing to be a king. He is preparing to be a king, and he is defending himself. And this is the last thing that actually Charles wants when he's trying to, and they allowed this woman in here who was Meghan, who was, the dynamic modernizer and, free spirit kind of, I will say what I want here. And this is where it started with this woman coming into the royal family. So I feel that Meghan has encouraged him to go on this journey of releasing this tension by telling the truth. And, but this is just getting a story out, isn't it, really? Now, there is an end to this relationship. I feel if I don't feel that Charles will look at this now. He may look at his own child. He may in private look at his own childhood and actually sit down and say to himself, did I actually do that? Did I project the way that I was treated as a child onto Harry? He may do that in private, but he will not admit that he did this. I don't feel that Charles will admit to doing this. Okay. And in a way, it is emotional kind of abuse, of not showing affection. But I feel the way that Charles sees this is that, well, he's got a point. I feel he has got a point. I feel that Harry has got a point, that, that he was totally cut off emotional, unconditional love when his mom died to absolutely nothing, which affected him. So, and I get here the Ace of Pentacles. Charles will actually feel that Harry and Meghan, he's done this to make some money. But he has done this to make money. But Harry is going to say to his father, what do you expect? You've cut me off my allowance. So how am I supposed to make money? So he's using this to also make money. And I get here, I do get the happiness card. I feel that Harry is quite happy doing this too. He's happy to throw his father under the bus. This is a new beginning for Harry, because Harry hates the royal family. And, he's going to tell the truth about the royal family. And you see, this is where this has led to, because I feel that Harry met Meghan deliberately to embarrass the royal family and also to escape the royal family, which he has done with the Chariot card. So he sees this as he's escaped the royal family, he's out of that, and now he's telling some truths, but at the same time, he's making some money doing this at the same time. Okay. I feel Harry Harry, in a way, he's doing this to say to up yours, the middle finger to his dad. You did treat me like this. You were cold, you're ice cold, you didn't show me any affection. It was all black and white thinking. There was no grey areas. This is the way you treated me. This has affected my mental health. It's all your fault. And how did Diana die? You see, maybe that's another secret too. How did you deal with my mother? How did you deal with my mother? In a very cold, black and white way. So I also get these are the energies. It's not saying that I agree with this. I'm not saying that I agree with this at all. This is the energies I'm pulling from this reading. Okay. Harry wants to break this generational curse. In a way, it's right that his father did project onto him the way that he was brought up, especially after Diana died. It was a shock to that young boy's system that he had a loving, caring, compassionate, unconditional love from his mother that was cut off. And what he ended up with was this screwed up father bungling his way to parent those two boys. So I'd say yes. I feel that Prince Charles didn't know how to love those children. He made a lot of mistakes. I feel that he took the advice from Prince Philip to toughen those boys up because, Princess Diana has made them weak and sloppy, and they need to be put back in place to survive, which really damaged their mental health. So finishing off with my own cards here. Also, please comment, please share, please like. Deception. There's lots of deception here. What this deception goes deep, because this was a pact, I feel, between Charles and Philip to toughen up those boys. And what they really needed was love, okay. What they needed after the death of their mother was love, not this deception, not this ruthlessness. Not ruthlessness. So in a way, I feel that they were told to say nothing. They was told to shut up and say nothing and be quiet. So there's no wonder that Harry's kind of shouting from the rooftops now. In a way, you cannot understand it. And it's all because he's got his own children, okay? He has got, Meghan is pregnant here. But I feel this bubble to the surface when Harry got his own children. How could you treat my mother like that? How could you do that to my mother? And because I feel he really loves his son Archie, and he's just doing what Diana taught him, which was to show unconditional love and show them love. And so is William. So that's the reading, guys. Gosh, that was so deep. So did Charles project onto Harry how he was brought up by his own father, his own traumas, his own upbringing, his own traumas at that Gordonston school, and in being toughened up? Did he pass this and project this onto his own sons? This is saying yes, he did. Okay. I feel that Harry cannot forgive him for doing this. So please put your comments in the comments section. Please also like before you go and share. And thank you. I'm going to be doing lots more of these live readings because I'm having lots of problems again uploading. So it takes me hours to upload a video. So I do apologize about the quality of the picture. If the connection's a bit off, I have got the best Wi-Fi here. I feel it just comes in and out sometimes. So thank you all for watching, and take care. Have a great day. I will come back with another video live show later on this evening if you want to join us. Okay, and bye for now.